Ended up finding this 220 gallon on Craigslist. It was in a doctor's office. Oh, this is, I know what this one is. This is a blood parrot. Yeah, these fish are much bigger than I'm used to. Is that a loach? And one of the last two fish, we're gonna use a cup instead of a net, and you will see why in just a second. Okay. Oh, okay. This is the stuff that was in the 75. So we got a filter, big boy filter here. Guys, this is the jackpot. All right, guys. Here's the moment you've been waiting for. Dude, holy smoke, what a beautiful fish too. If you're new to the fish cave, you might not have seen some of the tank trip videos I've done. Believe it or not, the entire rack system and all the tanks and everything fish related in the fish cave was got during a tank trip or was paid for with money I got flipping tanks from a tank trip. Everything you guys always seen here, the tanks, the pumps, the lights, the supplies, the livestock, was either bought, sold, or traded for with money from a tank trip. From time to time, I want to bring you guys a more vlog style video from inside the fish cave, watching me buy, sell, trade things, and ultimately grow the fish cave. This week we had some pretty large additions, so without further ado, haven't done one of these in a while, but I think it's time. The garage is full. Believe it or not, about a week ago it was empty. Had the rack system set up, had the 125, kind of got all the other tanks that I had up here sold. Had a few other small ones here that I'm just got that red really shrimp thing going on, little breeding project. And yeah, ended up finding this 220 gallon on Craigslist. It was in a doctor's office. I still haven't water tested it, but it came with a bunch of saltwater stuff that you saw over here. Came with a sump, a hanging light fixture, some fake coral, protein skimmer, pumps and stuff. So I'm gonna use that. Sorry, I'm filling up water to do the things we do when we keep fish. So also got this 55 recently. All right, so in this bucket, we got some mystery fish. I've been having them acclimated. I drip acclimated some of the water from the 125. I am not an expert on these fish, so might need some help. I know what some of them are. A few others, I'm not even sure what they are. Maybe you guys can help me out here. Got some cichlids for sure. Here's one. All right, now this guy, I think this may be a convict. I'm not really sure. It's got some stripes and like a reddish belly. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be that way, but hopefully this guy does well. All right, let's roll it again. See what we get the second time. There's at least 5 or 6 fish in here. Okay. Oh, this is, I know what this one is. This is a blood parrot. So we got our first little blood parrot here. So he looks to be pretty healthy. Let's get him in. Go for the third fish here. Mystery bucket of fish. What will we have next? We have to drain this bucket a little bit. When in doubt, use a bigger net. Let's see what we got this time. Oh, okay, nothing. All right. We're gonna have to drain some water. Okay, there we go. What do we got? Okay. This guy, also I'm not sure. I think this may be a fire, I think it's maybe like what they call a firemouth cichlid. But let's take a look. Let's go back in the bucket again. We got at least a few more fish left. All right. I think this is another firemouth. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe someone in the comments tell me below. Let's get this guy in the tank. All right, so we drained the water down to the last 2 fish. And one of the last 2 fish, we're gonna use a cup instead of a net. And you will see why in just a second. Now, we're familiar with this fish. We already have a few. And this is an albino bristlenose pleco. And I'll put it right in. She's gonna go find a hiding spot, I'm sure. All right, last fish here, and we have, now this one, I'm not sure about. You guys are gonna have to let me know. Doesn't look like it has a fire belly. Doesn't look like anything I know. It's another cichlid. But if you know in the comments, let me know down below. Judging by the fish she kept, I'm assuming it's another South American cichlid. Looks like it. But can't complain. A few free fish along with the tank. I'm gonna clean the tank up, find it a nice home, and maybe keep some of these fish, maybe find them a nice home too. And just now picked up this 75. So had a bunch of tanks come in here recently that I'm gonna clean up, fix, flip, get them to a new home. And what's unique about these is they come with fish. Now the 55 came with some fish that are already in that 125, and then the 75 I just grabbed has a fish. And I don't know if you can see that fish, but it's about the size of this 5-gallon bucket. And yeah, there's some big fish in here. I'm gonna show you guys what fish we have in a second. I'm gonna acclimate them. I'm gonna put them in this 55-gallon tank. I actually filled this up with water a few days ago, so it's been sitting here. I just put some prime in it. It's at the right temperature, so I'm acclimating them to this water. I'm gonna jump start the filter with a sponge filter, actually, from one of my 20 gallons over here. If you haven't seen the video on these sponge filters, definitely check it out. But I'm literally just gonna stick at least one, maybe both sides of this sponge filter, and take it here, just the actual sponge, come back around here, and open up the back of this big old hang-on back, and literally just stick her in one side. And literally, this is a cycle filter now. So I'm gonna grab some pillow stuffing, which I highly recommend you also use. Instead of buying these things, buy some of this, and it'll hold bacteria just fine. So half the filter is cycled, half isn't. We should be good to go. With the 75, I just got these 2 grab bags. One's got some filters and decorations and stuff. Extra lights, I think. That's what's awesome about getting tanks on Craigslist and stuff is got extra light here. This one actually already had a light, 4 foot for the 75, but now we got an extra light for free we can utilize. Looks like it's for a 10 gallon. What else we have in here? Some decor. Looks like she got another tank at some point. Some fish food. Okay, another small filter, another small filter. Oh guys, this is the jackpot. This is why it's been so long since I've had to buy any fish food or prime or anything. I'll probably end up giving away these backgrounds for free since I don't use them. But what I try to do is when I flip tanks, okay, I buy them for a cheaper price than I sell them, right? That's obvious. Oh yeah, oh, it's kind of empty. But I always make sure that I clean them up. I give people good advice. I try to set them up on their fish keeping journey in the right way. And I gotta stay competitive or else I can't sell the tanks. But a lot of times I'll give away some of the stuff that I know I'm not gonna use for free. I give people nets sometimes or backgrounds if I have extra ones. It's just a nice thing to do. And a lot of times I've had a few people that have bought tanks from me, come back and bought shrimp, etc., etc. Let's open up this second grab bag here. It's really hard with just one hand. Okay. Oh, okay. This is the stuff that was in the 75. So we got a filter, big boy filter here. What is this? Aqueon 75. Let me get this out. Let me roll this out. All right. So here's what we got: a bunch of fake plants, some more than miscellaneous stuff. We got 2 little filter and it looks like a power head of some sort. 2 big filters actually. Not sure that brand, but 2 hang-on back filters. Some decor that was in this tank. Now I probably won't end up using the decor, but I'll stage the tank with it and just give it to the person with the tank if they want it. I also try to include gravel. I might keep this black gravel actually. Might clean it up and use it to top some dirt, a tank or something. But can't complain, guys. Got 1 glass top, 1 DIY. King of DIY special top, which is fine. Have those on my my 125 already. But gonna get these fish. Gonna get these put away. Let me put these. Here's what I do with these plants. Oh, we got a magnet too. These are always nice. I got a collection of these. Got to start giving these away with tanks as well. The glass cleaners. But I take plants usually. I take plants and stuff. I have a bucket here. This is a bucket full of water and vinegar. So those go in there to disinfect, even though I'm not going to use them. I try to clean and disinfect as much stuff as possible, even if I'm going to be selling it. It's just the right thing to do. All right, let's get these fish, these big fish, in their temporary home here. All right, guys, here's the moment you've been waiting for. We're going to get these fish into this temporary quarantine 55 gallon. There's some big fish in here, guys. And I'm not going to know them all, so we got a 2-for-1 special here. Oh, sheesh. Yeah, these fish are much bigger than I'm used to. Is that a loach? Okay, let's just get these guys in. Oh, gosh. Put some decor. Oh, it's like a pike cichlid. Holy crap. Okay, someone please tell me what that is. That's a cool looking fish. I had no idea. When we picked these fish up, they were already kind of in buckets. Really couldn't tell. Let's see what else we got. There's another one. Another, looks like a cichlid. These look like fish you would catch on the pole. Someone drop in the comments below what kind of fish that is. Not sure. Want to find good homes for these. May end up just giving some of these away. Obviously, I want to give them a good home temporarily while I have them. Like I said, I know this tank is not big enough to house all these fish. They were in a 75. I'm not even sure that's big enough. All right, you wanted to look at big fish, and this is a big fish. Is this a red? Well, there's a buddy in there too. Holy smoke! What a beautiful fish too. I'm not sure this is a Midas cichlid, a red devil. It is a beast, and I'm not even sure a 125 is proper for it. So this guy's probably gonna find a new home. But what a beautiful fish! Good God, that is a gorgeous fish. Gigantic. I mean, I'll have to get a ruler or something later. But what else we got in here? This looks so baby. This is pretty much. This is a Jack Dempsey, I think. The colors are really cool. Gonna need to find these fish at home quick. Stand by while I make this easier. Drain some water out to get to these guys at the bottom because, well, they stay at the bottom. Oh gosh, these will definitely be rehomed because that is a common pleco. That is a beast of a common pleco. I'm gonna try to find someone with a pond and give them away because they deserve a good home, and I'm not gonna provide it to them here in my 125, that's for sure. And I was speaking plurally because there's another one in here. I'm gonna use the bucket now. I used the net for the last one, but really it's not a good idea to use a net when messing with plecos because they can get stuck in there. So, as you can see, I think that's a common pleco, I'm not sure, but actually that one might not be a common pleco. All right, so what I've done is I added this decoration on the left, which was from their tank. I didn't clean that decoration, so I had a decoration to begin with just so they would have some places to hide, since obviously this tank is not big enough for these fish. This is a temporary situation, I can't stress that enough. But I wanted to have some places for them to hide and so there wasn't so much aggression. But I wanted to add at least one thing from their tank, so that way some of the good bacteria that grows on the decorations is in this tank as well. I also added a second sponge filter back there and some more cotton, pillow stuffing. That way, decent amount of area for some good bacteria to grow. So yeah, I'm gonna try to find good, quick home for these guys. Don't really care about the fish in terms of making money with the fish. I just want to find them good homes. The tank I'll clean up, and we'll make a few bucks in the tank for our work. And like I said, set someone up with a nice tank and help them with any questions they may have. But as far as the fish are concerned, I want to make sure they get a good home, and hopefully these plecos find a nice big pond. So I lucked out and was able to find a home for both of these plecos within about 24 hours to someone on Craigslist with a big old pond. We still have all the other cichlids. Seem to be doing well. Haven't really fed them yet. Like I said, it's been a little over 24 hours. Probably feed them today. Obviously want to keep the feeding down while they're in this holding quarantine tank because, like I said, these fish should be in a larger tank long term. Pike cichlid. I also set up a bubbler just to keep the water super oxygenated. The little convict cichlid looks a little beat up. I mean, he was that way when we got him, but I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I find it hard to believe that these guys are still alive in this tank with this big old cichlid. But yeah, guys, that's a nice update. So happy to have found a home for these quickly. Like I said, I'm literally getting $10 for both of them, you know, $5 each. I don't care about the money. I wanted to find them a good home. I would have given them away for free. I just don't want someone to do something stupid with them. So I figured charge $5 a pop, and luckily didn't take long. And someone's got a nice big pond. I think it's like at least 3,000 gallons or so. So these guys should be fine. It's absolutely gorgeous. Wasn't planning on ever keeping these, but did some research and kind of fell in love after rescuing him.